What's going on? It's Fight Season MMA, and today I want to talk about a potential fight that could go down after UFC 303 with Magomed Ankelaev and Alex Pereira. They have been talking about fighting each other now, where Alex Pereira says he wants to challenge himself versus Magomed, and of how Magomed Ankelaev says he is the best person in the light heavyweight division. And will be the champion next time that he gets a title fight. So let's get right into the video. Back and forth, Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankelaev have been going on it back and forth in Twitter, different interviews saying that they would like to fight one another after Alex Pereira beats Yuri Prochazka at UFC 303. And this is a very tall task at hand, considering that Alex Pereira has to beat Yuri Prochazka prior to facing Magomed Ankelaev at UFC 303. I think Alex Pereira is going to get the job done at UFC 303, but how does a fight with Magomed Ankelaev step up? Because this would possibly be the hardest title challenger that Alex Pereira has fought since fighting Jan Blachowicz, which wasn't for the title, but someone who can mix up the grappling and wrestling into a game plan. Magomed Ankelaev is from Russia, and he is one of the best well-rounded prospects, or not prospects, but fighters in the UFC light heavyweight division. You look at his fights with Jamal Hill, Anthony Smith, and even the tie between Jan Blachowicz, where many thought that Magomed Ankelaev won that fight. Now, this would be such a hard fight for Alex Pereira for the simple fact that Magomed Ankelaev is one of the most well-rounded individuals in the light heavyweight division, like I was saying before. He can really chain his grappling and striking abilities together to be able to mix up the game plan and to throw Alex Pereira off. Now, for Alex Pereira, using this strategy that would be something new that he hasn't fought before, the best thing for him to be able to do would be able to use his kickboxing ability as almost like a takedown defense so Magomed Ankelaev couldn't get close to him. Alex Pereira's kickboxing, like I said, is world-class and probably the best kickboxer in the UFC currently, and maybe even in the world currently, but Alex Pereira's ability to use those teep kicks, to use those lower leg kicks, those hooks and those punches to keep Magomed Ankelaev off of him is going to ultimately be the greatest thing for him so he doesn't get taken down in that fight. Now, one thing that might hurt Alex Pereira in this fight is his actions once he gets taken down, because Alex Pereira doesn't like to be on the ground, and it's very apparent. But once Alex Pereira does get on the ground, he does something to where he doesn't really advance position to get up. Not saying he can't get up at all, but Alex Pereira takes it very, very slowly because he doesn't know the ground game as well, and he doesn't want to end up getting choked out, put into a submission, or something like that. Whereas if he takes it a little bit slower, then he knows he can go through his progressions and his steps perfectly so he doesn't get finished in the UFC fight. Now, this would hurt him because Magomed Ankelaev has great top control, and then it's going to be really hard for Alex Pereira to get up, so it's going to take him longer than usual to get up. Now, him getting up isn't the issue, it's the amount of time that's in each round for him to get up. There's only 5 minutes in each round, and I think it could take Alex Pereira upwards of 2 to 3 minutes to get up from a takedown if it was thrown by Magomed Ankelaev, and this is a massive issue considering that Magomed Ankelaev has great top control, and that Alex Pereira, I don't know, can do enough damage in the rounds to get up and really make it meaningful. Now, Alex Pereira always has that one-punch knockout power, and that's a different story because he could knock Magomed Ankelaev out in any single round, but if we're talking about cumulative damage, I think it's going to be very hard for Alex Pereira to beat Magomed Ankelaev in that standpoint. But it's also going to be very hard for Magomed Ankelaev to grab a hold of Alex Pereira because of that kickboxing ability. And I think that's going to be something that proves prevalent throughout their fight. Now, ultimately, this fight is super far away because, like I said prior, Alex Pereira has to go out and defeat Yuri Prochazka at UFC 303 to get this fight with Magomed Ankelaev. I think this would be Alex Pereira's toughest title challenger yet, just because of Magomed Ankelaev's ability to mix up the ground game and the striking department in a UFC fight, but I do think Alex Pereira will have the upper hand in defeating Magomed Ankelaev in this standpoint, but that's not an official prediction. That is just me speculating right now. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Fight Season MMA. Please let me know what you think about Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankelaev calling one another out. Is this Alex Pereira overlooking Yuri Prochazka, or is this just Alex Pereira being Alex Pereira? If you enjoy the content, please show support by leaving a comment, subscribing, and hitting that like button. And I will see you guys super, super, super soon.